Hi, my name is Cheryl Hurd, and this is my quilt. It was in the last exhibition in 2011, Sacred Threads, and I entered it because it was more important to me than I realized. When I went through my quilts to decide if I wanted to send something that I already had, or if I wanted to make something for the guild, for the exhibit, I chose this one because it was very important. It was hand-dyed fabrics that I had hand-dyed myself in a class. First time I ever dyed fabric. It was, so I washed it, ironed it, folded it neatly, put it on the shelf, and it sat there. And the next time I pulled that fabric off the shelf, I was going to a retreat, and we needed to bring, just bring some fabrics from home. So why not take these fabrics? I'll just take these fabrics and decide what I'll do, because we had no project in mind when we were asked to bring the fabrics. So I decided these I will use. They've sat long enough. So I got to the class. This was something new, something free form. I started out my quilting career as a traditional piecer, made traditional quilts. I became a member of a quilt guild where I learned everything that I know about quilting there, and it was all about, everything had to be precise, straight, pressed, precision was the issue. So when we started this at the retreat, I was very excited to try something new, something I did not need a rotary cutter, ruler, or anything for. So I used my hand-dyed fabrics to create something very original again, which I love. And so once I started piecing it together, I learned so many things about this kind of quilting, because it wasn't a pattern. I could turn it. I turned it every time I would stitch a strip on it. I could turn it. I like it this way. I like it that way. And so, and it took a while before I determined which was up. So, and this is what I decided was up, because this is my sleeve. The next thing that I had to figure out was how to quilt it. I didn't want to stitch in the ditch. That was something that I had always done because it was very easy to just stitch in the ditch. Didn't have to think about any kind of quilting design. So again, I decided, well, I'll just stitch straight. I didn't stitch in the ditch. I just stitched channel stitching, straight stitching. And it was, I liked it, but it was still a little dull. I needed more embellishment. So I went back to my old way. The first thing I learned, hand quilting, and started putting some hand stitches in there, using different threads and yarns, and I loved it. And I named it Happiness because it reminded me of all the retreats and classes I had taken with all my friends. It made me very happy.